Hi guys, today we are going to discuss the digestion, which is digestion food, how it is absorbed and how it is assimilated. Guys, we did complete the part of the alimentary canal in the first class, okay, what is the digestive system and associated glands that are liver and pancreas, okay, how they secretes the like mucus or enzymes for the digestion, okay, from the salivary glands to intestinal glands, how they produce the release of the enzymes for the digestion of food, okay, where the parts which they can digest, okay, we are eating three types of food, one carbohydrates, proteins and fats, okay, carbohydrates where it is digested, okay, and the proteins where it is digested and lipids, fats where it is digested, what kind of enzymes involved for their digestion, which part of the alimentary canal there is a digestion is going to take place, three kind of foods, okay, digestion part is over. Now the digested food where they can absorb, digestion mean the macromolecules mean the size bigger molecules, the food molecules that can be break into small molecules, okay, that is digestion, mean macromolecules converted into micromolecules, that is breakdown for the up to the absorption level. Mean guys, we are going to discuss about the digestion, okay, the digestion where it is the digestion in the mouth, certain food is digestion under mouth, certain food is digestion in the stomach and certain food in the small intestine, the duodenal part and ileum of the part of the small intestine. We did complete the yesterday class, okay. Now it is absorption, where it is absorption. We are going to today we are going to discuss the absorption of digestive system, okay, where it is absorption. What is absorption? Absorption nothing but absorption is the process by which digested food nothing but it is the nutrients, it is take into the blood or lymph. Blood and lymph is the vascular system, they can carry the food particles, okay, yeah, lymph from the small intestine. Guys, the absorption is going to take place from the small intestine, okay, we are going to discuss where the digestion absorption is happen, where the main site is small intestine, especially ileum, and the minor site is stomach, very little, and large intestine is water and minerals they can digestion. Three parts, small intestine, ileum part, the large part, the large digestion mean 90% digestion is going to take place, the ileum part of the small intestine, stomach very little is absorption in the stomach, and large intestine there are water and there are certain minerals. After the complete digestion of food going to take place in the small intestine, the remain part of the water and certain minerals are going to take place in the large intestine. We are going to discuss what is digestion. What is digestion? What is digestion of food? Food absorption. Okay. What is digestion? We completed last class. Now what is absorption? Mean digested food, okay. What is absorption? So we are going to discuss absorption. What is absorption? What is absorption? Absorption mean digestion of food food converted, enter into the blood or lymph. Blood or lymph. This is about the absorption. The main part of the absorption is small intestine. Small intestine is the main part. Guys, just look into this. Okay, this is the small intestine of the duodenum part. Small intestine. Small intestine. The small intestine, the food which is digested in the stomach, this is stomach. From the stomach there is a sphincter. Okay, the food from the stomach they can enter into the small intestine. This is the stomach. The breakdown of macro particle into the micro particle. Here the breakdown of macro particle, macro food particles into micro particles. Microparticle. This is the intestine. If the microparticle enter into the intestine, the intestine walls are made up of with epithelial tissue, guys. The intestine walls are made up of with epithelial tissue. That is the epithelial tissue or the like this microvilli in nature. Microvilli of the nature, like this kind of microvilli in nature, guys. The cells all over in the intestine are the microvilli in nature. Food once enter into this, food once enter into this microvilli of the small intestine. This is the small intestine. Food enter into the small intestine. Small intestine, the food is absorbed. Food is absorbed into the small intestine. This is the food particles. Food particles, they can absorb into the small intestine. First absorb into the small intestine. Okay. Absorption in the small intestine. After absorption small intestine, these food particles are enter into the blood, guys, blood vessel. Okay. There is a blood vessel which is connected with the small intestine. This is the blood vessel. Okay. This is the blood. These small particles, this particle from the intestine to they reach the blood. These food particles, they reach the blood from the small intestine. Okay. This blood, they can carry the food particle into the liver, guys. This is the liver. This is the small intestine. Okay. From the small intestine, the food particle enter into the liver. First blood vessel. This is the liver. Liver. The blood vessel can reach the liver first. the blood vessel, they can reach the liver. The particles, food particles, which is micro food particle, they can reach liver. Finally, they can reach liver. Okay, liver, they can assimilate the food, convert it into the energy. Energy in the liver. In the liver. Guys, this is the small intestine. Small intestine, these are the microvilli in the small intestine. Microvilli. Small intestine walls are, they can made into the microvilli for the absorption of food particles. Microvilli. Microvilli, they can absorb the food particle, which is they make the macronutrients into the stomach, into the small intestine. Small intestine, the micronutrients, they can absorb. After absorption, there is a blood vessel which is enter into the small intestine, they can carry, mean the food particle from the small intestine, they can reach the blood finally. This is the blood vessel, they can carry into the liver. This is the blood vessel we can call hepatic portal vein. This is most important, hepatic portal vein. Hepatic portal vein. Hepatic portal vein, most important guys. This is the vein, they can carry the food particle into the liver. Actually veins are, they can carry the food particles or they can carry the blood from the organ to heart guys. But here they can carry, this is the organ, intestine, they can carry from the intestine to another organ, gland. This is liver. This is through the hepatic portal vein. The study of liver we can call hepatology. The vein which is attached to the liver is the hepatic vein. They can connection with the intestine, that is the portability. Portability from the intestine to liver, this is hepatic portal vein, that is carry the nutrients from the small intestine to liver. This is what absorption. Absorption is, guys, absorption is macromolecules converted into the micromolecules, mean breakdown. We come across, there are many enzymes and fluids, they can break the food particle, right, in the different part of the digestive system. These microparticles, micronutrients, okay, nutrients, macromolecules converted into the micronutrients, they can absorb in the small intestine, mean they can transfer into the small intestine through the small intestine walls, which are villi, microvilli. Okay. So after absorption, where it can be enter into the blood, they can enter the blood into the small intestine itself. Okay, where mean small intestine, the part is small intestine. I hope you understand this. Okay, we will go through the slides. Yeah. What is absorption of food in the digestion? Absorption is the process by which digested food, that is nutrients, macromolecules convert into the micromolecules into the blood or lymph. Blood where in the small intestine. Lymph nodes also, that is the lymph system also connected with the small intestine. They can carry through the blood or lymph, okay, in the small intestine. Where does it absorption happen? The main site is small intestine, especially small intestine. Three parts are there: ileum, jejunum and duodenum. First part is duodenum, middle part is jejunum, and last part of the small intestine, ileum. Ileum is the last part of the small intestine. Yeah, we did discuss in the alimentary canal parts. So, last part of the small intestine, ileum, that is the site for the absorption is going to take place. Okay? Yeah, minor sites are the stomach also, minor site for the absorption, and large intestine also certain not nutrients but water and minerals they can absorb in the large intestine, guys. Just look into that. How is the small intestine special for the absorption? Long length, because of that long length they can available. Microvilli mean there is a wall of the small intestine made up of with microvilli, finger like projection that increase the surface area of the small intestine for the absorption. Rich blood supply, of course blood can be useful for the absorption food. Thin walls, there are small intestine walls are very thin for the easily move the micro particles, okay, that food nutrients particles. Yeah, types of absorption in the nutrients, guys. We know that types like food particles types, okay, we are going to discuss. Yeah, types of particles. For the absorption, types of particles are what? Guys, just look into this. First, we eat the food, three types of food eat. Three types of food. First, we can eat carbohydrates. And second one is we can eat the proteins. We can eat the like fats, like lipids. Three kinds of food we can eat. Carbohydrates, like we can eat rice. Proteins, we can eat meat or egg. Lipids mean we can eat ghee like, okay, material. We can eat this, but they can directly we can absorb, we can digest this food? No. First of all, it can be break down into the simple molecules. It is the complex molecules turn into the simple molecules. Carbohydrates turn into the simple molecules, mean absorption level, that is like glucose. Proteins are absorption level simple molecule is amino acids. And lipids absorption level is glycerols or fatty acids. Okay, these are the simple molecules, guys. These are the complex molecules turn into the simple molecules. These are the complex in nature, these are the simple in nature. These are the macromolecules, these are the micromolecules. Glucose is for energy creation. If the glucose absorption, energy will create. If the amino acid absorption, it will create the body repair. These fatty acids are the energy stores, further energy storage. These three kind of foods, glucose we can give the energy, proteins which is turned into the amino acids give the body repair. If any body damage, every day there is millions, we are the body which are billions of cells in our body. Every day certain cells are die in our body, okay, like any dandruff is also cell which is deadly cell. Okay, that kind of cells they can damage every day. That is repair via we can take proteins into the amino acids. Amino acids is the useful for the body mechanism, okay, repair mechanism. The lipids are the energy storage guys, energy storage lipids. Guys, just look into here. Nutrients type: carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals and waters. Carbohydrates turn into the glucose. Glucose they can absorb by the blood capillaries. In the blood they can easily absorb. Proteins are the amino acids, they also absorb in the blood. Okay. Fats, lipids, they can turn into the fatty acids or glycerols. This is important guys. They absorb in the lymph guys. Lymph we can call lacteals. This is important. Proteins and amino acids like glucose and amino acid they absorb in the blood, but lipids they turn into the glycerols, they absorb in the lymph or lacteals. Okay. Minerals they can absorb in the blood and water also absorb in the blood. This is only fats are absorbed in the lymph. Okay. Yeah. Next, types of absorption: passive transport, active transport, facilitate diffusion and endocytosis. They absorb in the blood and lymph, right? What kind of absorption? How they can enter? The process how they can enter into the blood or lymph. Passive transport means there is no energy required. If they absorb into the blood, there is no energy required. Active transport means energy required. That is glucose and amino acid, if they absorb in the intestine, there is a requirement of energy need. ATP is the energy that can be consumed. Okay. Yes. And endocytosis, the cells swallow directly, cells are they can eat. Okay. That is the endocytosis. Facilitate diffusion is the special proteins that is carry the micromolecules. Okay. Yes. Absorption in the large intestine. Yeah, we mainly discuss the large intestine, they can carry absorption, the water and certain minerals guys. What happen after absorption? Okay, absorption is over. After absorption, food into the nutrients, into the blood can carry into the liver. After that, what happened? That is the food converted into the energy, right? The glucose converted into the energy. The protein converted into the body repair mechanism, and fats converted into the energy storage. Okay? Yes. What happened? The nutrients go to the liver via hepatic portal vein. We discussed the liver process nutrients are distributed them as a needed. Okay? What are that? Quick summary about absorption. Absorption, transfer of digested food into the blood or lymph. Small intestine is the main part of the absorption. This is the main, okay, for the exam. Nutrients go to the blood or lymph depending on their type. Water absorbed in the large intestine, this is important. Liver is the process for the absorbed. Liver can process how they can give the energy. Okay? Yes. Guys, this is the flow chart. Small intestine, ileum is the absorption part, and each ileum villi enter into the blood capillary. Okay? After blood, like I will give you. Okay, just look into this. Just look into this, guys. Okay, the inner wall of the ileum. Okay, ileum inner wall made up of with villi, right? Inner wall is made up of with, okay, ileum. Okay, that is villi, microvilli. The villi each as blood capillaries absorb the glucose and amino acids. the villi, they can absorb into the glucose and amino acids, okay, and the fats, they can absorb fatty acids into the lacteals, lymph. Around blood vessel there is a lymph system also there, lymph. In the lymph there is a absorption of fats, glycerols. Fats mean fatty acids. Fatty acids and glycerols absorb in the lymph. This is the blood. Small intestine to blood. Small intestine, the blood vessels enter into the small intestine, right? Small intestine to, they enter into the blood, glucose and amino acids. The fats and glycerols, they enter into the lymph system, not blood system. Finally, these nutrients move to the, like, into the liver, okay. This is the flow chart, guys. Yeah, assimilation of food. What is assimilation? Assimilation of food. What is assimilation? Assimilation means, the assimilation is the process which absorbed nutrients are used by the blood cells for energy and growth and repair. Energy, there are nutrients which is absorbed in the blood, that is converted into the energy, repair and growth. Energy, who gives energy? Glucose. Repair, who give amino acids? This is growth, lipids, fats. Okay, it happens after absorption. The assimilation is the process which is absorption nutrients converted into the energy or growth for the body repair. These three functions through the assimilation itself. Guys, the difference between absorption and assimilation: absorption is the digested nutrients move from the intestine to the blood or lymph. Assimilation is body cells are used those nutrients which are absorbed nutrients, body cells are used for the these three, like energy or growth or body repair. I hope you guys clear. Okay. Next, where does the assimilation happen? The cells of the body, nutrients are delivered into the bloodstream first. How? The nutrients, glucose, amino acids and fatty acids and vitamins, they are assimilated by the process. Okay. Glucose, okay, yeah, glucose, guys, used by cells, production of energy in the mitochondria, the cell organs, okay. In the cell, glucose enter into the cell, there is a mitochondria in the cell, that is converted into the energy, glucose, if they enter into the cell. And amino acids use it for the make proteins for the muscles and enzymes and hormone. Amino acids to prepare protein, guys, okay, for the muscle, make the muscle, okay, mean tissue, muscle mean it is a tissue, connective tissue, muscular tissue. Fatty acids store the energy, fats always store the energy. Vitamin, minerals, they can support the various body functions, okay, like immune system, bones and nerves, okay. Yes. Next, role of liver for the assimilation. I told you, after the nutrients enter into the blood, okay, they can reach the liver, act like a nutrient control center. Liver is the nutrient control center, and they store the excess glucose into the glycogen. They store excess nutrient into the glycogen, okay. if the glucose is more, they can convert it into the glycogen. Glucose converted into the glycogen. Okay, glucose converted into the glycogen. Where? In the liver. Glycogen is the energy production, which is another form of glucose. The liver, they can detoxify the harmful substances. If any harmful substances, liver can detoxify. And distribution of nutrients, liver, they can play a crucial role in this digestion. Okay, next questions, guys. Practice question. This is important for this is the end of the chapter. Chapter is over. Okay, this is the main site of the absorption in the digestive system. Main site is there. Small intestine, ileum part. Small intestine. Okay, main part is the small intestine, guys. Small intestine. And B, and absorb the blood. What is the absorption? Okay, where it can be absorption, dash and dash the absorption, where? Okay, yeah, in the small intestine or stomach. Okay, the fatty acids, glycerols are absorbed in the lymph. This is small intestine and large intestine. Okay, yeah, the dash absorb the water, large intestine. Yeah, this is the match the following. Glucose, amino acids, fatty acids, water. Water always large intestine, guys. Okay, glucose, amino acids, fatty acids. Fatty acids always in the lymph lacteals. Okay, glucose enter into the blood capillary, and amino acids are the small intestine. Glucose always enter into the blood capillary. This is the match the following. Okay, yeah, true or false? Okay, the villi decreases the surface of area? No, they can increase the surface of area. This is the villi's structure in the small intestine. They can increase the surface area for the absorption. So it is false. Okay, it is false. All nutrients are absorbed in the blood only. No, it is also false, because the fats absorb in the lymph. So all nutrients are not absorbed in the blood. It is also false, not all. Okay, fats are absorbed in the lymph. Liver receives the absorbed nutrients first. It is, yeah, liver after absorption they can carry into the liver, right? True. Liver is the first. Absorption require energy in the active process. Active process is energy required. Energy requires. And passive process, no energy required. Okay, guys, this is all our today topic. We will continue the next topic from the tomorrow. Thank you so much. I hope are you clear this. If any doubts, okay, you have to message in the comment section. Thank you. Please like the video. Okay, thank you so much.